is the QueeNspirations Show. Hi!
Ooh, let me get my prayer room and my studio together, because it is a... What? Do I have guests? Well, good morning. Welcome. Y'all, I'm just being transparent, okay? I want y'all to see my prayer room. My prayer room / studio. Y'all, at this point in time, is a lot of a mess. And sometimes, y'all, that is how our hearts are. That is how our minds are. And you probably like, Queen, why are you in your granny robe? I love my granny robe. I'm just being transparent this morning because it is morning. It is, hold on now, I'm going to show you what time it is. Can y'all see my watch? It is 7 a.m. in the morning. And I am just going to be going through here. Y'all, I was going through some papers. I was going through some papers. Where did it go? It was time, because y'all, I write a lot of things. So I was going through my, I have a bag that I keep like different, things that are sweet to my heart. Y'all, I have, let me show you. I'm very sentimental. Let me bring this closer to me until I get me a cameraman. And I know I don't have no makeup on. I don't have no lashes on. I don't have any of that on. And that is okay. That's fine. No worries. I said I'm being transparent this morning. So I have, let me see. I have cards. Where was this from? That's from Mother. Like, this stuff is, these cards. Oh, that's from Miss Harriet. I think this was from, okay, no. Oh, that's from Nicole. So I have like different cards and things that I keep forever. One thing that kind of made me, and this was from 2 years ago. This was from, dang, both of these. Oh, it's the same one. Okay, so this is one thing that I had wrote when I was in the abyss. I said, offering God a small shriveled up heart, blackened heart, ashamed and in the same time during worship, struggling when everything else is louder and more visible than the God I worship. Woo. God showed me that his heartstrings were connected to my heart. This is what I was seeing during worship. It was from heaven to me. It was from God to me. God was connected to the very heart I was ashamed to give him, ashamed to show him. God is connected to me, his heartstrings in fiber to mine. This was 4 years ago, y'all. So there are two hearts. Oh, I remember, I believe I had wrote a poem or something to one of my best friends, and I sent it to her, and she said that she couldn't read it at the time because it was so, I think she said she didn't have any words for it, or I was near to her, something like that. I said there are two hearts. One we present as whole, like everything is okay. Then there's the heart that is in the volcano of hurt. It's angry, it's ashamed, it's dark, it's small, it's blackened, it's very angry. And then I said the heart that's full of anger, distrust, hurt, rage, disappointment, the hardened heart, so he can make it, so he can make it flesh, made it to beat and be on the same, so he'll make it a heart of flesh and make it to beat and be on the same rhythm as God. I gotta remember to check my time. Y'all, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I was just going over some stuff and, just cleaning. And I done went through some clothes. I done gave some clothes away. Something here about metamorphosis. And y'all, sometimes we may think that like our time is up, But our time is not up. And I'm just going through this stuff. Y'all, I'm going to have to tell y'all about this stack of paper. I'm going to get to a point where I can tell you all about this stack of paper. Yeah, this is something right here. So I didn't even realize that I still had that. Have y'all ever done this? Y'all look at my face. I look like a creeper. It talks about our personality. So anyway, you guys, I'm just going to be going through some stuff. Probably, I don't even know if I want to. Yeah. Y'all, recovering from being in depression and suicide ideations is hard. I have been having a hard week. I've been having a hard week with this, trying to stay consistent with the QueeNspirations Show. I'm not going to say I'm having a setback. I'm just having like a hard week a little bit. Honey, these are bills that it can wait. But yeah, so just having a little bit of a hard week. But am I giving up? Hecky bell now. Am I honey, they done went up on my rent, but they ain't. When I tell you I love living where I'm living, and they have not gone up on my rent in 4 years, so they finally went up on my rent. Anyway, oh, have y'all smelled this? Trying to wait to get in there. There we go. Y'all, this smells so good. I gotta get me some. So anyway, so yeah, coming out of that and realizing there are still things that has to be done, still things that you have to heal from. Because sometimes we think that when we have gone through therapy, gone through fasting and praying, we have almost felt like we've done what we had to do. We feel good, y'all. We feel good. We are on a high for a good time. And y'all, I've been on a, I don't want to, yeah, I guess I've been on like kind of a high, like I feel good. Things are going well. But it's not always like that, because still, like I always say, there are layers to healing. And I have made a rant on TikTok because I was just tired of people coming to talk to me or tell me about different things, and or tell me about some issues with me and about me, but they don't want to talk about it right then. And I'm just like, well, why did you bring it to me? So now I have to carry all of your stuff upon my stuff, and you don't want to talk about it. Like, that's not fair. So it's not fair at all, nor is it considerate, especially and sometimes people think like if they bring you something, they feel like you may not be ready to talk about it. But it's like, you brought it to me, so if I'm ready to talk about it, you should be ready to talk about it. Oh, honey, I thought this school loan said I don't have to pay nothing else. Baby, I was about to get excited. But, yeah, so going through that, that's very, I don't want to say that is traumatic. Wait, hold on. So I don't want to say that that's traumatic, but it's very bothersome. And if somebody brings you something that that you did, or they're offended or something like that, and they bring that to you, and you are trying to discuss that to get it off of you, that's still a part of your healing. And I'm just in the space that if you bring something to me and I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it, and then you completely shut down on it, that's not fair. And that's kind of stopping your healing process in that area. But anywho, y'all, when I tell you I ain't had these, I don't know where. These earrings were in this box. Y'all, I don't know how long. I have never, y'all look at my desk. I have never let my prayer room or my studio get like this. Look at my desk, y'all. That is terrible. And I got books over there on the side. Y'all, I have books. I got books over here where these are most, I don't know if y'all can see them, but that's mostly my Bibles. I got stuff everywhere in here, and I am really trying to get this together. And y'all, and I always say, if you have watched the QueeNspirations Show, Holy Rocker, if you have watched my show any amount of time, I always say your house, your home, it reflects if something is going on inside of you. And that is what, oh crap, I'll get that in a minute. That is what my house is reflecting of me. Y'all, so look, and I can start this today because this is a devotional. My prayer partner got me this, and y'all know I love a good devotional, but the thing is, I have never been consistent in finishing the devotional. So I need to finish this devotional, and it is called Seeing Beautiful Again, 50 Devotions. So I'm going to start this today since it is March 1st. I'm going to start this today, and I might start doing like a little something. Y'all, it's so many things that I want to do, but sometimes I have an issue with commitment and being consistent. I have issues with doing it, and I'm working on it. That's one thing I'm going to work on for the month of March, is being committed and consistent. Y'all. So here goes some more stuff I need to go through. So anyway, so yeah, I'm getting this together. Y'all, wait till I take you over here to this closet, because it is so many things. And then I just went through my closet and gave away, because y'all, like, these are my dresses that I have in here. It's just dresses and long pants. And y'all, I love this romper, but I believe it's too big, and I don't want to give it away. But ain't that how we do? Like, in our hearts and minds, like, we have something, we know we need to get rid of it. But what do? We take it and we like, yeah, I know I don't need this. Yeah, I know this is, I shouldn't have this, and blah, blah, blah. And we hang it right back up. So this is what I'm doing. Y'all, because when I tell y'all I'm cleaning my life has got to be, I have got to be whole. That, and I'll show you, I will show you a pack of, a big bag of clothes that I am getting rid of. But that's how we do. We will keep stuff. And y'all, look at all of this stuff that I have in here that I have not used. I have not even looked at in years. Now, y'all know I love are these pants? Girl, who gonna wear them? She is. Don't play with me. Look, I got my jacket too. I wore this for my, we had a 70s, I had a 70s party. This was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I'm keeping this. I'm just taking it off the hanger and putting it somewhere. Baby, I love, look at this. I know y'all probably like, girl, that's a mess. Girl, no, because I'm going to keep it. But we have so much stuff that is built up in our hearts. And y'all, I know I'm a nurse, and I got these because I was studying when I was going to school to be an RN, honey, which failed. When I tell you I was so irritated with Good Samaritan Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio, I was so irritated. But, you know, I might take this to work because I have some team members who could use this. They are in school. Anyway, I don't need this. Like, I love knowledge. I love to learn. I love to read. But why am I keeping that stuff in here, in a closet? And see, we try to put stuff, we put stuff in closets or in our mind, in our heart. We put stuff in fictional closets or we bury it. But like you see all this stuff right here, they be like, let me just close this door and then everything look nice and neat and then I'm done. No, because one day somebody gonna open this closet. You gonna open this closet and it's all this stuff in here that you don't need and that you need to get rid of, that is causing you harm, that is taking up space. And I don't know if I said this on my last video, but I was talking to my prayer partner. We were having this conversation and God had brought something to her, and it was like God had revealed so she could heal. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I know I'm just going back and forth, but when I tell y'all, I am so glad that the springtime is coming, because it is getting lighter outside. It is getting lighter sooner. And y'all, I heard the birds singing this morning. I love being outside, y'all. So anyway, but when God comes to you and reveals something so you can heal, and then you get healed, do y'all know that hurt, depression, anger, where my little thing I read, all that stuff in that second heart that we try to hide from God. How are we hiding anything from God, number one? So we try to hide these things from God. We try to hide that second heart. We try to give him that whole heart, which is, you know, it's so beautiful. It's so whole. Lord, here you go. This is who I am. Baby, no. God wants that heart that you're trying to hide, that is full of anger, full of distress, depression, anxiety, all things bad. That's the heart God wants. And that's the heart that we try to have. But let me get back on track. But when God brings revelation to you so he can heal you, do you understand how much space that second heart takes up? Like that second heart has roots. Like, and y'all, that second heart takes up space. That's all I'm trying to say. That second heart takes up so much space in our hearts, in our mind, in our day-to-day. Like, it takes up so much space. And then when God heals that, well, first of all, when we give it to God, first of all, when we admit that we have a problem, and then we are able to give that to God, and then once we surrender, when we surrender ourselves to God and surrender those issues and surrender that heartache and surrender, honey, the stuff I was going through, rage, the anger, depression, suicidal ideations, hopelessness, all things bad. When we surrender that to God and admit it first and then surrender, and then we allow God to heal, do y'all know how much more space God can take up in us once we are healed from that? Man, that's awesome. We can heal so God can fill us up with him. Come on, somebody. So yeah, so that's another thing. And I just really did not realize how terrible and y'all, I have never let my prayer room get like this. And what is this? I have never let my prayer room get like this. And am I ashamed? No. Not at all. And that's another thing, y'all. We have got to stop being ashamed of what we go through. We're not the only people that, let me look at my time, praise God. We are not the only people. I'm not the only person that has gone through the things I've gone through. I am not the only person that has had relationship issues. I'm not the only person. I'm not the only person that feels less than everyone else. I'm not the only person. I am not the only person that has felt like she would never be loved. Not the only person. We are not going through these things alone. I am not the only person. Let me go get me something to drink. This is why I be having stuff in here to drink, y'all. I'm not the only person. I am not the only person that has felt like they have done the will of God and got shaded. I'm not the only person. Did I get shaded though? That was my old thoughts. Have I been shaded by God? No. It's just that, some of the situations that I was in, either voluntarily or involuntarily, God was not able to give me what he wanted to give me because I would have messed it up. I wouldn't have known how to handle it, or it would have been too much for me. So, God got us, y'all. So yeah, let God heal you so you will have more space for him. So yeah, I'm just going through this stuff. Y'all, I had a license for I had a license to nurse in California because I was doing travel nursing. Y'all, and never went. I was mad. Y'all got all these journals. It's so many things that I'm so glad I'm going through this morning, because it is so many things. That was another thing. I am not the only person that feels like that I'm not seen and can't be used. I think is that what? Because it's but then again, I can't say that, because sometimes we think that we need to be on this certain platform. Ain't this cute? It's a little pen. Focus. I guess it might not. Anyway, sometimes we feel that we have to be on a certain platform, or we have to be like in certain areas, and we gotta, this person is doing this over there, and this person is speaking over here, and honey, you are not them and they are not you. And what you have to give, y'all, I promise you, I just said this. So this was, okay, so it says, seems that you have been robbed of your rights by the God that created you, living holy and still not producing. Y'all, and I wrote this. I know I wrote this because we went to, can you see it? There you go. Y'all, I look a mess. I don't care. But this was a little retreat I went to. And I was in the abyss during this retreat. Girl, get your words out. So this says, seems that you have been robbed by your rights by the God that created you, living holy and still not producing. Why can't I produce? Why can't I yield? Why can't I harvest? Why aren't I where I have the potential? Why am I struggling? I can be a midwife to others to help them produce, but when it comes... Wow, because on my rant, I said this very same thing. But on my rant on TikTok, I said, it seems like I can encourage and inspire everyone else, but most times I can't do it for myself. And I said most times because a lot of times I can. But this says, I can be a midwife to others to help them produce, but when it comes to my stuff, God, good at getting other people's stuff out. What's wrong with me? Seasoned, mist, barren, old, cannot produce. Woo, God. Oh. Y'all, some people feeling like this right now. And this used to be me. This was me for years. Ooh. Y'all, this was me for years. Sometimes we got people out there who feels like this. And there's... Your season is not... It don't matter. Woo, I wasn't expecting that. It don't matter how old you are. And you can produce, but you have to be healed. And even while you're healing, y'all, because even when I was in the abyss, I was still even though I didn't always believe it for myself, and at times I didn't believe it for myself at all. But it was like something in me that knew, no, God is still this, and God can still do this, and God is still. But it just felt like for me that wasn't happening, or that God wasn't going to do that for me. But I knew it could be done for somebody else. That is insanity. That's craziness. That's in a place, I'm not going to say that. I take that back. That's in a place of hopelessness. That's in a place of depression. But y'all, and if you're listening, whoever listening, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you for listening. But your season is not missed. You're not barren. You can produce. You're not too old. You're not too out of touch. All right, maybe you did something in this ministry. Maybe you was over here first. And then it's like, okay, you're done with that. Now it's like, well, where am I supposed to go now? Honey, you're still able to produce. Okay? You're not barren. It's just that you have to see God. God, honey, we have to get clarity. In all things, God, in all things, period. We have to get clarity because and that's the road I'm on right now. We have to know who our people are. We have to know where God can use us to produce the most. We got to get clarity. We got to be healed first. We have to be healed. I'm in this Women Call to Women masterclass, and that's one thing that I think it was Tuesday night, we were talking about clarity, and it gave steps like, honey, when I tell you fasting and praying is so essential in the walk of the believer, so essential in the life of the believer, how else you think you're going to get clarity? Just like when you go on a date with your loved one, or you spend some girl time, or, hanging with your dudes, that's quality time. And you're focused on one another. Same thing with prayer and fasting. We have to be focused on God. We got to shut everything and everybody out. When we go on a date with our loved one, or go hang out with our loved ones, we shutting everything and everybody out, and we are focusing on who's around us, who's before us. We got to do that with God. We got to pray and fast for clarity. If you want to produce, if you want to get in your season, if you want to be productive, I already said be produced, but I'm looking at the word barren. We're not. We are never barren. We are never in a place, we are never in a season where we cannot produce. We have to get clarity to go where we can produce. Or God can bring the people in front of us, or God bring us in front of the people where we can produce, where we can plant seeds. But you are never, you're never going to get there until you get clarity and until you spend time with God. Now you got to pray and fast, honey. You got to shut in. What happened to those days? And I know everybody wasn't raised like that. I went to Bethlehem Temple, honey, where we had prayer, all night prayer on Fridays sometimes. We shut in. I know for sure we had a 3-day shut-in fast every end of the year. But prayer and fasting is needed. Prayer and fasting is needed. Therapy is needed. Y'all, when I was in my darkest spot of my life, I mean the darkest spot. And it was from 2020 to 2023, like summertime almost, fall time almost. So and I have to give grace to myself. We are so hard. I know I'm very hard on me. But we have to give grace to ourselves when we are coming out of something that's so hard and was so detrimental. We have to give grace to ourselves. It's almost like when somebody coming out of rehab, you still got to give them grace because they're still getting their legs back. They still getting used to everyday and natural life. And that's how I feel sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, sometimes I go, Sometimes I have my alarm set for 7:30. Anyway, sometimes I go through days without, like, only person I talk to is my mother, because it's just like, it still be a lot sometimes. But yeah, I still have my therapist, praise God. But oh, and this is a book that I'm going to be reading, y'all. It just feel like sometimes it feel like it's so many things that we have to get caught up on, and like, we have to fill ourselves with God. I about to say with us. No. We have to fill ourselves with God. We have to give ourselves grace. Even, maybe you didn't even go through, I don't know. Just, honey, if you went through anything and you coming up out of it, give yourself grace to continue to heal. Because sometimes we still plucking up them roots, right? Sometimes we still feeling like, what's wrong with me? I ain't gonna say there's nothing wrong with you, but take this to God. Take that question to God. Tell God how you feel. Give God that second heart. I'm going to find that email. But I guess I'm going to just take y'all on the rest of my healing journey. But I'm going to find that email that I sent to my best friend about that second heart. Because, honey, that second heart, woo-wee. We try to give God what looks beautiful. And he wants that thing that is toe up, so it can be beautiful for real. You get what I'm saying? So I think my time is up, and it is, because I need to get ready for work. Y'all, I thought I was going to be in here cleaning up this hole. But listen, this is a journey. This is a journey. I thank God for dropping that into my spirit. This is a journey. I'm no longer hopeless. I am full of hope. I am full of faith. I no longer believe that God was trying to shade me. God is trying to shine me. Okay? I went through a lot in these last 3.5 years. And you're going to hear that in a lot of these videos that I'll be doing. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about what I went through. And that was another thing. And this is helping me. So I had went through a lot of things because I was trying to be open and let the people I know, let the people I love know what I was going through. And a lot of that transparency, it just beat me up. So I'm working on my transparency, and I've said it before. I'm working on my transparency. I'm working on trusting again. I am working on having my loved ones be a safe place for me again. Just working on stuff, and it's okay. All right, so I got to finish this closet. I got to get this desk. Y'all, I got to get the heart of my home together. So, peace out, QueeNspirations Show. All right, y'all. See you later.